Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Boost! I'm YouTube famous now. Available in 1987. The album, Dad, AF. Rock on gold dust. You know, I've been driving around today trying to think of the perfect song for summer to sing on my channel. And I think I came up with the perfect summer song. Now, don't be upset with me now when you can't get this song out of your head for the rest of your day, okay? So here we go. The album, Dad, AF. New Kids on the Block had a bunch of hits. Not Chinese food makes me sick. And I like girls to stop by for the summer. Summer. I like girls that wear Abercrombie and Fitch. I take you if I had one wish. Do you guys remember that song? Oh my God, that song is so bad. And here I have to tell on myself. I had it in my head, and so I downloaded it on the iTunes, and I was like driving around listening to that song today. Oh my God, that song is so bad. Do you remember that? I thought that band was called LFO, but apparently, I don't know, maybe there's something that you can't say LFO anymore. It's not politically correct or something like that. If it's not, I did not know. Okay, I'm going to tell you right now, I did not know. But did you know that I guess they're also referred to as LFO, but they're also known as the Light Funky One. Did you guys know that? New Kids on the Block had a bunch of hits. Chinese food makes me sick. For the kids that don't know that song, don't worry, it was bad, okay? But look it up. Anyway, we've got so much drama to talk about today that I may make 2 videos. How are you guys doing? Yes, I went to the pool today. When your lips are dry as mine. This is the Broadway sponsorship, except it's not sponsored. Then it's Lunar Beauty time. It's always Lunar Beauty time. Anyway, I went to the pool today. Okay, let me just tell you. I drove by on my way to go get coffee today. And there were literally like, I'm not even exaggerating, okay? There were like 15 kids jumping and all this kind of stuff. And I was like, okay, well, let's go get some coffee and see if some of them leave. So I went and I got coffee and I did a little review video and I came back and there were still a bunch of kids in the pool. So and one mom, okay? All these kids and one mom. And I was like, you know what? This is my pool too. They're having a fun time. They're enjoying their summer. I had just done this whole vlog last night talking about summers when I was a kid. If you haven't watched my vlog channel, go. People say it's like a podcast. You don't have to watch it. I just drive around in the car. You can just listen to it. But I told all of these summertime memories last night of when I was growing up as a kid. But anyway, shout out to my good Judies, Jesse and Katie. We used to, listen, back in the day, we ruled that neighborhood. It was my house, Katie's house, and Jesse's house on the cul-de-sac. We would walk down that street, and I had on my little, like my little, what were they called? Now terry cloth shorts, yellow with a matching yellow tank top with a little racing stripe down the side. Jeffree listen, with all his tracksuits, he needs to come out with a line of those matching shorts and tank tops. You're talking about, this was the 70s, folks, okay? And it had a little inside pocket that was like that big, like my lip gloss just fit perfectly in there. My Bonnie Bell lip gloss, you remember that? Or the little slide thing that you would slide the top off there, and half of it would be root beer, and the other half of it would be Dr. Pepper or cream soda or something like that. And the 3 of us would walk down the street, and we would like stop and talk to the neighbors, because most of the time the boys didn't. We were like the cheerleaders, okay? The boys didn't want us to play with them, okay? They were doing hockey and baseball and things like that. So we would walk down the street, we would like talk to the neighbors, Mrs. Smith, she'd be watering her plants, and I'd be like, oh, Miss Smith, your plants look so pretty this year, And then she'd say, oh, we can't hardly even keep them alive this year. Oh, I know, it's horrible. And she'd say, now, did you see Mrs. I almost said one of my neighbor's names. Did you see Mrs. Jones' yard? Her yard doesn't look that good. Oh, no, we noticed it doesn't look that good. We were about at that time, I'd say we were like 8, 9, and 10, and we thought we ruled that neighborhood. We thought we were like one of the moms, And then we would go back to my friend Jesse's house, and her mom would make us some, lunch or something like that. And then we would sit there, and we would just be like, oh, let us tell you about Mrs. Jones. Now, Mrs. Jones and Mrs. Smith, they're arguing over the neighborhood flowers and stuff. We used to have so much fun back in the day. Woo! Ah! I still have so much fun. It's summer. It's summer, So anyway, let's get into today's video at 5 minutes and let's wait 5 seconds. Okay, so I'm going to talk about Jeffree Star today. And that he has some huge video that he is getting ready to put out. And we're going to also talk about Shane Dawson coming back, okay? Which I'm also going to do a video later in the week talking more about that. But I want to talk about it a little bit on here today. Whoo! Because I'm talking so fast, I need some coffee, my lord. This is my new disco cup that I bought this spring. I specifically took this cup today because I thought it would look so pretty at the pool. The kids weren't impressed. But I did talk to the mom, and I said, now, are all these kids yours? And she goes, no, 4 of them are mine. I said, 4? My lord, that's expensive groceries. These are the kind of conversations you have when you go to the pool, you know? She goes, I know. She goes, they just kind of graze all day long, you know? I said, oh, I wasn't allowed to do that when I was a kid. You know, for dinner, we had, like, hot dogs. We were lucky if they were warm. Hot dogs and macaroni and cheese out of the box. She's like, oh, I try to do a little bit nicer dinners than all that. I was like, is she coming for my mom or something like that, you know? But anyway, I talked to her, and I saw her last summer, but we never got to exchange pleasantries. So today, she said, what's your name? And I said, I'm Peter, and she told me her name. Now we're good Judies. You know, we're good pool Judies. That's what you do. You know, you go to your neighborhood pool, and you become good pool Judies with everybody, right? So anyway, we were talking about pool toys, because our kids had, like, these elaborate flamingos and all kinds of things. All right, but I have to tell you this, okay? Now, we used to do this when I was a little kid off the diving board, and I sort of got my dad would sit there, and he'd say, you're going to chip a tooth. You're going to chip a tooth doing this. But did you ever do what do you call it, the cartwheels off the end of the diving board? Okay, these kids were doing it off of cement today, and they were like 4, 5, and 6. This one girl, she ran, I swear to God, she couldn't have been any older than 5. She ran, and I swear to God, she did like a triple somersault flip into the pool. I could hardly even do a dive these days, my lord. Anyway, so that was my fun little pool excursion. I didn't go up there for very long, you know. But anyway, okay, so, and then I'm going to talk about, did I say Jeffree Star? Yeah, Jeffree Star is coming back with a video. And then I'm going to talk about Shane Dawson. Shane Dawson put out this Instagram story the other day. And people are speculating that he's coming back with this Britney Spears documentary. We're going to talk about that in just a second. And I want to read a little bit about the Reddit thread and what the Reddit thread on Shane Dawson is saying about what he posted on Instagram. I actually went over there because I saw this the other day. And I took a video of what he posted. I can't play the video because it's got music in it. And I was like, this will be interesting to see if anybody says anything. So I went over to the Shane Reddit thread today, and there were actually several posts about it. So people are still really not that happy with Shane Dawson. And it's interesting because I thought kind of like as time went on, you know, and we're past the time now. I think it was June 12th was the last time that he posted something. I mean, like of any kind of significance. And it's now June 14th. So it's been actually an entire year. Do I think that his comeback is coming soon? If he's going to make a comeback, I do think it's coming very soon. I think he probably put in his mind, I'm going to wait a year. So let's get into the Shane Dawson thing first because I know people want it. Well, actually, let's talk about the Jeffree Star thing first. So Jeffree Star put up on his Instagram here, I'll show you this. He put, this was yesterday, last weekend he was in Miami, he was living it up, and he was having a good time. He was out at Live Miami, one of the big clubs down there. He was out with Hair by Jay. It's so nice that he's able to take that guy everywhere with him that he said that he had fired, you know. I didn't know, like, when you get fired that you get that kind of, like, you know, package. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get that kind of, what's that called? You know, when you get the package, you know, when you get fired. When they let you go, but you really get fired. And then you also get, I guess, to travel with your past employer whose hair you still do and still get paid for, I guess. But anyway, so Hair by Jay was there, and Jeffree Star, he looked very nice, and he was in Miami this past weekend. I have to tell you, I'm really happy that this is one of the things I am happy about, okay? I'm really happy that Jeffree Star was in Miami last weekend because I'm going to be in Miami this upcoming weekend, okay? Now, can you imagine that? Me and Jeffree Star out at the same club? Oh my God, that would not be a good thing. And I'll tell you why it also would have been a good thing, is because Jeffree Star posted, and I have the video proof, which I'm sure somebody will talk about. He took an Instagram story of himself, and in the background, okay, the music is words that I don't know that Jeffree Star would want to have. He's like this, dancing and stuff, and I'm like, Jeffree, are you listening to the lyrics in the background? Because that might be a post that you might want to delete. I'm just saying, okay? Those are the words that Jeffree Star doesn't want to be associated with. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, go over to his Instagram story. You can see it over there. I'm not going to post it because it's song lyrics. So then you get copyrighted, and YouTube don't like that. So anyway, he posted tomorrow, and now he's back in LA. They flew back to LA today. Tomorrow, I am uploading a new video, and it's one of the hardest subject matters I've ever had to talk about. But I'm ready, 100%, it's time. I just hope everyone listens with an open heart and mind. See you in the morning, okay? And then, if you go over to his Twitter, it's over here on the Twitter too. Hold on a second, here it is. And he posted, here it is. Okay, basically the exact same thing. Tomorrow I'm uploading a new video. I think it is the exact same thing. Tomorrow I'm uploading a new video, and it's one of the hardest subject matters I've ever had to talk about. But I'm 100%, but I'm ready. It's 100%. 100% it's time. I just hope everyone listens with an open heart and mind. See you in the morning, okay? And then underneath here, let me read the responses of just like the top ones. Someone said, I'm intrigued. Someone said, no thanks. And then someone said, then why even comment? Then if you are not interested, why even be on his post? And she responded and said, I'm just waiting for him to get off the internet and be canceled for real. People that still support him could really do a reevaluation. And then someone said, why don't you get off the internet instead? Clearly you're bothered by him. Love it. And this person said, girl, you're so pretty. I love your outfit and your profile picture. That's the way to end a discussion right there. I live for that. Okay. Then the next, somebody else said, share what you feel you need to. Hold back what is no one's business. You don't owe anyone anything. The only opinion that matters is your own. We're here for you no matter what. Someone said, oh, S-H-I Tut, you about to address Miss Morphe or an update. Either way, you got this. You always do. Okay. Someone said, you have my love and support as always, no matter what. Someone said, okay, going on and on. I'm not going to read the speculative ones that are like really, really serious. Someone said, baby, the worst thing you can say in my mind that would be hard to hear would be that you are selling Jeffree Star Cosmetics, and I doubt that would ever happen. That's not going to happen. Someone said, ooh, baby, I hate when you do that. It always scares me, but I'm ready to listen. Remember, I'm always here for you. You're my fave. I love you so much, 100%. And then somebody corrected them and said, you're. Why you're? In. Did you guys ever do that in school back in the day when the teacher would go, shh, and everybody go, it? That is not 25 cents in the cuss jar. I remember those days when we were all sitting on the floor, you know, in school, you know, in like 3rd grade, and we would be watching this movie, and it would be, I remember this one movie that we watched back in the day. And it was a Disney movie. I wish I could find out what this movie was called. So many people, when I talk about this on my vlog, they try to figure out what it is, but I still to this day don't know what it is. And it's about how winter melts into spring, and it has this really pretty music in the background. I think it's Appalachian Spring by Aaron Copland. I know some of those things. I know it's hard to believe that Peter's cultured, but I do. Anyway, oh, by the way, I did post a new picture on my Instagram today, and I am trying to post regularly on my Instagram story. And I actually did a little like Q&A that I'm doing later in the week, so go over there if you want to check that out. All right, but anyway, I can remember we were sitting on the floor, and I was braiding this girl Courtney's hair, and I was doing a fishtail and everything. Hell, I could do all the braids, right? And the lights went up, and the teacher goes, Peter Monn, this is not beauty shop. I was humiliated, okay? But that should have been a sign that I should have gone to beauty school, not as a beauty school dropout, but I'd probably today be doing Jeffree Star's hair or something. Oh my God, I'd be doing Jeffree Star's hair. Okay, no, I would never. All right. So somebody else said, I'm ready for whatever you have to say, mamas. I'm so proud of who you've become. Love you with my whole entire being. People are really supportive of Jeffree underneath here. Of course, there's people dropping their looks. And there's not a lot of people in here saying, I'm having a really hard time. Can you cash out me? Which is usually the case when Jeffree Star posts. Everybody is really, I mean, other than the top one, I have to say, the majority of people are really supportive underneath here. So, makes you wonder what Jeffree's going to talk about tomorrow, you know? There's a lot of things that it could possibly be, but trust, I will be watching, okay? I will be watching. And I probably will be talking about it, unless it's something that is way too serious to talk about. You know, I think people have this idea that, like, I have this complete distaste for Jeffree Star, and that is just not the truth, okay? I don't believe that Jeffree Star has proven that he's the greatest person in the world. I feel like Jeffree Star has a lot of work to do. I hope that he does that work at some point in his life to become a better version of himself, because I think that he's very toxic to relationships, and I think he hurts people, and I think he really doesn't care whatsoever. But, you know, like, if it's something really, really serious, I know people like, there's like this thing where y'all want drama channels to just drag people, right? And it's like, there's a time and a place, okay? There's a humor to it, on my channel at least, and I'm not gonna just drag somebody about something really, really serious. I mean, if it's a really, really serious topic, then no, I'm not gonna cover it over here. I'll probably just say something in a video like, hey, Jeffree Star put this out, and what do you think about that? But that won't be my whole video, okay? Unless, you know, he comes out and, I don't know. I am really intrigued about this as well. I have no idea what it's gonna be, so. I know a lot of people are speculating it's going to be about Morphe or it's going to be about Shane Dawson or something like that, but I don't really think it's going to be about that. Honest to God, my gut tells me this is going to be something very, very serious. I really do. And I think that when we watch the video, whatever it is that's very serious about it, I think it will make sense, like the last year of Jeffree Star's life to some degree. I think it'll be something like that will make sense. So that's the Jeffree Star thing. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you're gonna comment and speculate about what it possibly could be kind in how you say it to, you know, whatever. Just like, let's just not, we can be classy over here and have our opinions at the same time. You know what I mean? I know sometimes it's hard to think that, but it's the truth. So anyway, then the other day, let's get into this. Hold on a second. Let me get into my receipts. Whitney, whatever you want. You know what? Oh my God, I saw this TikTok last night. I actually saved it. Well, I didn't save it, but I liked it, you know, because that's where I can go in and I can see all the ones I like. And it was this one, and it was Whitney Houston live, and she was singing, and she carried this note out, I swear to God, for like the whole entirety of the TikTok. And it said underneath there, the moment where Whitney Houston forgot she was human. Ah, I miss Whitney Houston so much. See, I can do it too. I'm every woman. Peace. Okay. So, my husband always says that he can relax and fall asleep to my videos, but I have a feeling this is probably not one of them. Anyway, he's got his headphones on upstairs. Okay, look, there's the video of Jeffree Star, and he's got the lyrics going on in the background. We don't need that one. Hold on a second. Where are the other, all photos? Where is it at? Oh, here it is. Okay. So Shane Dawson, I will put this picture up. Here he is. It says, after 3 bars, we finally got our request. He was requesting a song. Then there is a picture of Ryland, and they're singing to the song Toxic by Britney Spears. And it says two icons, Brit, and our bar singer. And this was up on Shane Dawson's Instagram story. I think it looks to me like they're in Cabo San Lucas. I don't know. And then at the end, he put, go follow this person. He's so sweet. And he just told us he's on The Voice in Mexico. Vote for him. And I went to this guy's Instagram page, and there were a bunch of comments underneath the picture that were like really supportive of him, that were like, hey, like, you know, like, oh, we came from Shane. I will tell you the thing that was interesting to me, though. It wasn't like Shane Dawson back in the day off a picture like that. I guess I should actually, well, I can't go in and look now because it was on his story. I mean, I could if I really wanted to look it up, but I don't really care. I mean, back in the day, like something like that would, like, you know, pull tons and tons and tons of subscribers or followers or whatever. Shane Dawson shouting, you know, somebody out. That's not really the case today. When I went over there, there were like maybe 5 or 10 comments that they were there from Shane. So anyway, people are saying that it's very speculative that he put this Britney Spears song up when people are speculating that Shane Dawson is coming back with a Free Britney documentary and about the Free Britney movement and all that kind of stuff. Now, I covered this in a video a couple weeks ago, or I think last week maybe, and I got a lot of comments that people were like, why are you covering this if it's just speculative? Because I'm a drama channel and that's what we do. Do you not hear when I compare myself to like the Inquirer and things like that? I mean, the Inquirer has been saying that there is a monster in Loch Ness, or Loch Ness Monster for years. And I believe it too. Oh my God. And I listen to that Coast to Coast AM, and they talk about, you know, aliens coming in. They're like, yeah, Deborah on line 5. And Deborah says, now I got home from work, you know, and I was eating a bologna sandwich, and I had my natty light, and I was sitting on the back patio, you know. My husband, Eddie Earl, he was sitting inside watching the game with his good friend James, you know, and they were in there. They were drunker than 2 skunks, you know. So I was sitting on the back patio, and I was talking to my friend Earlene on the phone, you know. That's Earl's husband. Earlene, no, my husband's Eddie Earl. That Earlene is his sister. I'm making this up. Okay. But I was talking to Earlene on the phone, and you know, this what do you call them? The Greys? Those Greys. Yes, we call them Greys. The Grey, that alien. Now, it came walking out, right out of the cornfield, right outside my house, and he had a big old cowboy hat on. He said, howdy, Deborah, how are you doing? And I looked at him and I said, how do you know my name? But anyway, I listened to all that stuff, and I, true story, dude, I believe in every single one of them, okay? So yes, I'm a drama channel. We're going to speculate about things over here that are gossip, tea, and news, okay? So there had been this tweet that had gone out. I don't know who this Twitter account is. I don't know where they started. I don't know where they heard it. I said in my video, where did this all originate? Nobody got back to me. Whoo, crickets, okay? So anyway, it was this Twitter account that said, Shane Dawson is interviewing people to come back and make a documentary series about the Free Britney movement, okay? Of which I said we don't need it because Jake Yonsei has already done that, which he has in his deep dive channel. Jake Yonsei has done a fantastic job, okay, of the whole Free Britney movement. I'm sorry, every time I mention Jake, I always forget his friend that he does the channel with, so I apologize. But a bird just landed on my fern out there, and it's a cardinal, and that's the sign of my mom. Oh, hi, Mom. Anyway. Supposedly that he's going to do this. So then people are speculating that him coming back or on Instagram when he's on vacation, that he's paid for, probably by all your palettes and slimes and merch that you purchased, okay? Now just remember that while you're going in for your double today, that Shane Dawson's on a beach, okay? Because you bought some of his slime. Don't bitch about your job, just saying, okay? Because you bought some of that slime and now he's on the beach enjoying the Diet Cokes, margaritas, and whatever else, okay? I'm just saying, okay? Don't complain. We don't want to complain about it, okay, when we feed the monster. So anyway, and I know I'm not talking about Gabby Hanna, but I have to tell you something, okay? I might need to reevaluate this. I'm going to read the Gabby Hanna poetry books. Because you guys, I sit on the front porch and I read like 2 or 3 of those poems and I'm just like, I feel like I'm pulling my hair out, okay? I just can't. I mean, it's not even that the poetry is bad. It's that I'm not invested in Gabby Hanna. I just, like, other than covering drama about her, I just really could care less about her, you know? And number 2, the poetry's bad. And number 3, it's really bad poetry. And number 4, what the poetry is about is uninteresting, okay? So, no, I don't know that I want to read the books just to do a video about it. I got better books to read, you know? So anyway, I went over here to the Shane Reddit thread, and I don't know if I was or not surprised that they had it on here, but they have 2 different ones. I'll read this one first, and they just have the video up of Shane, his Instagram story, and then the person put I with a dash, like, what did I just watch, okay? And so when you go underneath here, this is what people had to say. So, he is indeed coming back with a Britney documentary. And someone said, I don't think Shane is stupid enough to do that, but I could be wrong. He would either be ignoring his own controversy, interrupting Britney's story with, I was gross, okay? Or worst of all, compare himself to Britney. I know Shane surrounds himself with yes, but, okay, this is the thing. If Shane does a documentary on Britney Spears, it will be a completely different kind of documentary than he has ever done before. It won't be like a go and sit with Jeffree Star in his house. I mean, there is no way. If this happens, I will literally be blown away, okay? I just can't even imagine that people, especially with where Shane Dawson is right now and how criticized this whole conservatorship is and stuff like that, that Britney Spears' boyfriend, Britney Spears' sister and father and attorneys and everything are going to sit down and talk to Shane Dawson. Because that's what he would have to do a documentary about it, like a really thorough one. Unless he was just going to talk to fans, and then really who would care? This is just another opinion video kind of thing. So anyway, so it goes on, it says, someone said, I think a Britney documentary is a bad idea if he wants to come back with the last amount of pushback. You think they might make him the next co-host of Frenemies? I'm joking. Y'all bought it for a second, didn't you? You thought, oh my God, Shane Dawson's going to be the next co-host of Frenemies. I ought to title my video that. Y'all would come for me with the clickbait for that, wouldn't you? Okay, so let's get down to here. Someone said, my prediction, 0 accountability, blaming cancel culture, comparing himself to other celebs, manipulating his fans into sympathizing him by playing the mental health break card, load of excuses, and hopping right back into things as if nothing happened while sliding and gaslighting jokes about everything here and there under his breath. This is the problem with the gaslighting jokes kind of thing. Shane Dawson doesn't really have any kind of realization of what he did wrong. Like, I don't really believe that he has a full concept of anything that he's really done wrong. So when he puts these videos, and we see this as witnessed by Ryland in the SIP, right? Unless Shane is sitting there going to counseling and really working on himself and taking a look at these things from the past, and Ryland is over here turning into the new Shane. I mean, that could be the case, but then maybe, you know, Ryland needs to get some help too. I don't know. But I don't really believe that Shane has any realization about how he has impacted the lives around him, what he has done with not even just the things in the past, okay? But manipulating the fans, the cash grab, Trisha, on and on and on. And no matter what your issues are with Trisha on, what is today, June 14, 2021, okay? It was still a crap move. Period, okay? To be done with your friend like that and not just kind of, I don't know, you know, like he has stood by worse people, you know? So anyway, Jeffree Star. So, you know, it will be interesting to me to see how this whole thing turns out. But the problem is this: if he continues to put out videos and he has real no self-actualization of what he has done, then the problem will be that people are going to be spotting it in videos left and right. Then his comeback will not be able to happen the way that he wants it to happen if he really hasn't changed. And this is where I have a real issue with people just getting in videos and saying, I've changed, I'm a changed person. Oh, I'm so changed, I'm a changed person. Because they haven't done the work, okay? And for true change to happen, you have to do evaluation and inventory of your life. You have to take a real look at yourself, see who you were, see who you are now, see who you want to be. See what things impacted that. See what things affected that, you know? Shane has more money than God that he could go and he could really do some deep counseling evaluation on this stuff just for the hell of it, to become a better person, right? And if he doesn't, then what's going to happen is we are going to witness on video, no matter how hard he tries to fake it, that he is not a changed person, okay? And that's what's going to happen, is that we're going to witness that he's not a changed person, he's no different than he used to be, on and on and on, right? Okay, and then it's going to affect his comeback, because he's not going to have a comeback the way that he wants it to. Somebody said, I completely agree. I know he's been canceled before, even though it was small compared to this, so I honestly think current and old fans of his will stick by him. And on top of that, he's still going to get the views, even if it's just the majority. Okay. Someone, let's go down here. So, he's back? Interesting. Someone said, as everybody said on the other post, that's why I'm titling this video, Shane Dawson is back, so don't even come for me, okay? Someone said, as everybody said on the other post, interesting that he does this the same week Frenemies ends. And someone said, let's just hope it's not for long. I think the Instagram story came out before the Frenemies podcast ended. I could be wrong, though, but I can look in a second. Okay, what did somebody else say? Am I the only person who thinks Ryland is as bad as Shane? No, I do. I do. Maybe worse, honestly. Okay, so then if you go down here, someone said, okay, this one did not get a lot of attention. Is it bad that I kind of miss Shane? Somebody said. Where is the other one that I wanted to read you guys? Okay, with the ever-looming comeback in the unforeseen future, a few reminders. And this is what, this is the moderator thing. It says, with the recent influx of Instagram stories from Shane, one can only assume he's gearing up to make his comeback. I wanted to make a little reminder of some rules here. The moderator actually had to go in here and say things like, be civil, okay? Hold on a second. Be civil, and it's all the rules down here because, I mean, the moderators are going to have to, like, keep up with everything they post if he comes back. So it'll be interesting. What do you guys think about all that? What do you think about Shane Dawson's return? Do you think it's coming sooner or later? I mean, he is posting more and more on Instagram, and I think that's his way. This is where I think, like, Shane hasn't really thought these things out, honestly. Like, people always say jokingly, like, oh, Peter, you should be a PR agent and stuff. Lord, no thank you, okay? But, like, in all honesty, I mean, there's two ways that Shane can go with this, okay? To kind of ease his way back on Instagram and on Twitter and just kind of like be in videos with Ryland and be in the stories and kind of like get people to get used to him again is manipulative, okay? Like, it is what it is. That is manipulative. It is his way. It's like how you boil a frog, okay? Have you guys ever heard that? How you boil a frog? You put a pot of water on the stove, you put the frog in the water and you turn it up slowly, okay? That's what he's doing. He's getting people used to him being around again, okay? That is manipulative. It's tricky, it's sneaky, right? Because if you take a frog and you just throw it into the hot water, it's going to jump out, right? So it's sneaky, it's tricky, it's manipulative. The other thing is that if he comes out and he really honestly, like, and this is, okay, the thing that I think he should do. It's been a year. I've really evaluated myself. Let me sit just down and talk to you. And then just be honest with his audience about what he thinks. If he thinks he didn't do anything wrong, then just say, I don't really think I did anything wrong. I don't really understand why people are upset with me, you know? Like, maybe some of my jokes were totally inappropriate, you know, whatever. Maybe this, maybe that. Like, if that's his truth, then get on video and say it. You want people to like you for who you are. Never compromise yourself, like Janis Joplin said. You're all you've got. Get on video and play your cards, okay? And be who you are and see who sticks by you. Because if he wants people to stick by him, it's gonna stop. Hold on. I honestly thought this was going to be like a 10-minute video. If people stick by him, you know, based on his manipulation, then he's going to have this same issue a year or two down the road, okay? He cannot fake his way back into public graces again. He just can't, okay? So if he really doesn't think that he did anything wrong, if he really doesn't think that anything from the past is inappropriate, and he doesn't think that he did it right, or if you think some of it is and some of it isn't, then come out and talk about that and just be honest with your audience and just be like, this is really what I'm thinking. This is really what I've learned in the last year. This is really what I've looked at, right? But I don't think that he'll do that. I think the other option that he could have is to just come back and start posting again and just be like, people who like me, people who don't. I don't know. I really wish, like, that he would come out and just, okay, honestly, as a human being, I really wish that Shane Dawson, and maybe he is, and we're not aware of that, or I'm not aware of that, is getting the help that he needs. And I really, really hope that he is talking to somebody about his humor, where that humor comes from, what does that humor defend, why he has that sense of humor, like what are things in his life that have affected him as a person where he uses humor in that way. And then kind of, I don't know, share that authentically and say, this is what I've been doing. I've been going to counseling 2 to 3 times a week, and I've been working on myself, and, you know, and like, I'm really sad because I love YouTube, and I'm really affected, and, you know, if that's his truth. If that's not his truth, then come out and say his truth. As far as like a PR person, if I was Shane's PR person, I don't really know what I would tell him to do, honestly. I really don't at this point. I think coming back with some huge series right out of the gate is a really bad look. I think it's a really huge... Do I think people will watch it? Yeah. I think one of the reasons why, if he is doing a documentary series, like on somebody like Britney Spears, it is so far away from the scope of YouTube that he can kind of excuse it away like that. Or maybe he's doing a documentary that's not going to be for YouTube. Maybe he's doing a documentary and he has sold it to somebody else, and he's just the director and the person behind the scenes, and he's going to put it together. But then I have to believe that he would have hired like a videographer crew because he doesn't have Andrew anymore. Unless he does and we're not aware of that. I don't know. I really, like, you know, usually in these situations I can look at him and say, this is what I think. I mean, there are 2 different things I would say to Shane Dawson as, like, if I were his PR person, okay? If I was his PR person just to get back into, like, good graces, I would say get on video and tell people what they want to hear. Period, okay? If I was, you know, Shane Dawson's PR agent that was, like, trying to get him back to where he get back to again, I would say, I don't know, cause a lot of drama, you know? Like, you've never done that before. You know, and Shane Dawson said in the series with Jeffree Star that he wasn't gonna, like, you know, like, let that stuff bother him anymore. Okay, then don't let it bother you. Then get on video and show who you are. Show the person that was yelling at Tati on that TV screen and calling her a liar and all that stuff, okay? Maybe show us that Shane. We've never seen that Shane before. We've never seen that Shane before. People might like that Shane, you know? Or maybe not. I don't know. But let me know what you guys think that he should do in the comment section below. Just speculatively, you know? I would be interested to know that. So, anyway, that is it for this video. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.